Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, good morning. Consideration of agenda items. Any additions or corrections to the agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Pohlmeier.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Szymanski. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Kruger.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Szymanski. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Payment of the bills.
Mr. Chairman, I move the payment of the bills.
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Kruger. Payment of the bills in the amount of $68,645.71. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Assessor's Office.
Morning, Sue.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I'm here on two tax court petitions. The first one is Best Buy. We have made some adjustments to their value due to the building being vacated. They're willing to take a settlement offer for pay 18 and pay 19, reducing the value from $1,415,100 down to $1,284,500 for both years. And we gave the reduction due to the fact that the store is now vacant.
Mike, anything?
Just that your motion ought to approve the reduction for the 2 years and authorize me to settle on your behalf.
Any questions?
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the reduction that was stated by our assessor, as well as allowing Mr. Young to complete the process for us.
Motion by Commissioner Wright. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Pohlmeier. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The second one is for Mahogany Bay Properties in Lester Prairie. This is a rental storage facility. I'm talking with the property owner. He filed for pay 19 on that one. We offered him, currently the value is at $269,500. We offered him at $230,300 and he accepted the proposal. The $230,300 is what we have for 19 pay 20. So we did another adjustment to Lester Prairie downward a little bit for the commercial for pay 20, and he's willing to take that as well.
Okay. Same thing, Mr. Young.
Yes.
All right. Any questions?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the tax court settlement for the 2 years and instruct our county attorney to follow up with the remainder of the details.
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Kruger. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Sheriff's Office. Morning, Tim.
Morning.
I'm here this morning to ask for approval to enter into an agreement with Business Watch International in the Sheriff's Office for a regional property information database known as RAPID. This is for 5 years at $1,000 per year. This system is replacing the automated pawn system that was run by Minneapolis forever. It needed an upgrade. Minneapolis decided not to do the upgrade, so they went with this company. It used to be free. It's now $1,000 per year. This allows us to search for stolen or missing property in the database for all the pawn shops in the state of Minnesota that report into it.
Is this what everybody's doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the contract with, is it
Business Watch.
BWI?
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner Kruger. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Tim, does that database include, like some of these, we used to initial everything and put it in a database? Does that include everything, or how does it actually,
So
what
the
do you
different,
follow?
the pawn shops have the option, they either have to keep all the records on hand for law enforcement to go physically view, or they can enter it into this system.
Okay.
It's pawn shops, scrap metal, that kind of stuff that will track it, that we can go in and enter serial numbers or do whatever we need to do to try to find the missing or stolen items.
Oh, it does move into the scrap, which is probably a good idea. Okay, very
Correct.
good. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Tim, this company has been around for a while. We've got good experience.
This
track
Business
record.
Watch company, or International, has been around. This is the first time they're doing this system for the state of Minnesota. They've been in the region. But with Minneapolis having their own system in the past, that's who everybody used for free. They had the system. We just used it. They didn't want to spend the money to upgrade it, so this is the company that they contracted to convert all their data into their system.
Okay, all right. I guess the other question I had was, when you get a report of a stolen item, do you enter it into that system as well? So that, does the system cross-reference?
No,
Stolen items?
the old system, on this system, I'm not positive on that one, to be honest with you. The old system, we had to go in and enter information to see if that serial number or similar item. You can do it by serial numbers, makes, models, that kind of information.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Auditor Treasurer's Office. Good morning.
Good morning. So back in 2017, the Minnesota legislature passed special legislation with an appropriation of $7 million in grant funding to be used to replace aging voting equipment to enhance the integrity of the voting system through the use of electronic rosters and other materials as well, such as the ballot counters and the assisted voting device. In 2019, an additional $2 million was appropriated to the voting equipment grant. So today I'm here to ask for approval to adopt Resolution 20CB01, authorizing the county to make application to the Minnesota Secretary of State for the election voting equipment grant. Our plan is to use this to replace the AutoMark. At this point, the AutoMark was purchased, I believe, in 2006 and has been used ever since, and we are looking to replace that.
Okay, any questions?
Mr. Chair, I would move to approve Resolution 20CB-01.
Motion by Commissioner Kruger, is there a second? Second. Second by Commissioner Polmeyer, any discussions?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Janet, there's a 50-50 match with this grant, and is that already in your budget for 2020?
So we are going to be asking the municipalities to cover that other percentage that is not covered by the grant. We plan to work through that with them and discussions with the board probably as well prior.
All right, and from the details, you'll hope to have these in place by June, is that right? Or-
So with this grant, because of the timeline, we have to purchase the materials by the end of the year, by December 31st of 2020. With it being a major election year, we plan to purchase it during those mid-summer so that we can have it on hand. We do not intend to probably implement that though, however, until 2022.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'll stay. So the next 5 are for the drainage systems. I'll read the top part, but then I believe I do need a motion for each separate drainage system.
I think you're right.
During a February 6, 2018 board meeting, the viewers were approved for County Ditch 8, and then County Ditch 10, 35, 36, and 37. Redetermination of drainage of benefits and damages. As the Drainage Authority determined that the original benefits or damages do not reflect reasonable present-day land values according to Minnesota Statute Chapter 103E, Section 103E.351. One viewer as appointed by the drainage systems and damages would like to be considered an alternate on the system, leaving a vacancy for another viewer to be appointed. Viewers as appointed previously to remain on the team include Ron Rinquist, Alan Kerber, and Brad Wick. So I am asking for a motion to consider appointment of Joe Jacobs to the viewing team to redetermine benefits on damages on County Ditch 8, and reconsider clarifying a previous appointment of John Dodolo to be an alternate viewer on County Ditch 8.
And that's the same throughout the,
Yeah, but I'll probably need a motion for each.
Mike, we need to do each one separate?
Okay.
Okay.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Second.
And so we're on item C, correct, for County
Yes.
Ditch 8? All right.
Okay.
So, here we go. So, we have a motion by Commissioner Szymanski, second by Commissioner Kruger on County Ditch 8. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. So then-
Opposed?
Mr.
Motion carried. Item D,
I'll move on D, Mr. Chair.
motion by Commissioner
Second.
Kruger, second by Commissioner Szymanski. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On E,
I'll move on E also.
motion by Commissioner Kruger. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Szymanski. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item F,
Mr. Chair, I'll move item F for County Ditch 36.
motion by Commissioner Szymanski. Is there a
Second.
second? Second by Commissioner Kruger. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item G,
I'll move on G for County Ditch 37.
motion by Commissioner Kruger.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Szymanski. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We kind of just took over there, so I hope
That's
that's
okay.
okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. County Attorney's Office.
John Kolb asked me to make a presentation on his behalf of a petition that they received from Kevin Lindeman. There is property that Mr. Lindeman owns that's within the physical watershed of Buffalo Creek, but within the legal boundary of High Island Watershed District. So to get it switched from High Island to Buffalo Creek watershed takes a petition to Bowser, the Board of Water and Soil Resources. I think I got that right. And they're asking for our consent and approval of their petition. What it does from our standpoint is it will affect which taxing district and it's between 100 and 120 acres, which taxing district will have the authority to assess this property of Mr. Lindeman. And since the two watersheds agreed to it, Mr. Lindeman agrees to it, I see no reason why we shouldn't agree to it.
So you're recommending passing resolution?
Yes.
Resolution. All right. Any
Mr.
questions or? Yes,
Mr.
Doug?
Chair, I've been at Buffalo Creek watershed meetings for a long time. This has been, before my time, this has been a thing going on for a long time. I'm glad to see it finally resolved, so I would move to approve Resolution 20, CB 12.
Motion by Commissioner Kruger, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Wright. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Item B.
I got approached by Commissioner Nagel to ask that I assist the board again in doing a 6-month review of our county administrator. I would propose that I meet with each of you for 15, 20, 30 minutes between now and March 4th and go over what you see are the positives, the negatives, the areas for improvement, and the areas that are really good, all of those things. And then I will come with a summary of those things to that meeting. We will meet with your administrator, and then we will do a summary after that for presentation at the following board meeting. So what the proposal is, excuse me, is that we would have a closed meeting on March 4th to have an evaluation of your county administrator, Sheila Murphy.
March 4th work for everybody?
Yep.
All right. You need we can just put that on the agenda. Liz, right?
Well, unless anybody has any questions about what we're doing or why we're doing it.
Okay.
So I'll be in touch with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Under County Administration, review the calendars. Rich?
Okay, since our last board meeting, we obviously had a workshop after the last meeting. On the following day, I had a Pack for Families collaborative meeting in Wilmer. The 9th, I attended the Prime West meeting in Alexandria. The 14th, we had the Highway 5-year plan meeting, which was attended by a number of township and other private individuals. Thought it went very well. Information was brought to us by our county engineer, Mr. Brunkhorst, and good discussion about some of the things that were or were not getting done. 17th, just before the snowstorm, we had our JD4 ditch meeting. So, brings me up to today.
Okay, for our last board meeting, attended the workshop on the 10th, employee recognition banquet. 14th, just like Rich, the 5-year highway plan. The afternoon, we rolled into a budget meeting. 15th, MRF committee met for the morning, and on the 17th, to approve a mediation case with JD number 4. And that's it.
All right. Employee recognition banquet at a fair commission meeting. In regards to the fair or the fairgrounds, I want to recognize Clancy Kurth. I'm really not sure how to do this, but I want to give him some recognition. He gave a sizable donation to the fairgrounds. He's an excellent contributor to that, and I wanted to take some time to acknowledge him for that in this public meeting. Also attended the department head meeting, the 5-year plan, the highway meeting, Trailblazer meeting, where I'd like to congratulate Commissioner Kruger for being elected vice chair. I'd like to congratulate Commissioner Nagel for not being elected vice chair. And also I had a meeting with Commissioner Schmansky and some other people regarding the visitation center and at the solid waste building and the future plans for that.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Chair. Since our last board meeting and workshop, I had the Prime West meeting on January 9th, and then on the 10th, we had the Meeker McLeod Sibley Community Health Board meeting where we welcomed our new director for the Community Health Board, Kaisa Olson, has joined the staff for the CHS for Meeker McLeod and Sibley County. On that evening, we had the county employee recognition banquet. That was a fun event. On the 14th, we had the 5-year highway workshop, and that was very informative. On the 15th, we had McLeod Treatment Program board meeting. Said farewell to one of our longtime serving members, Gloria Hilgers. Also on the 15th, the McLeod Sibley Joint Health Insurance Joint Powers Board met and is forwarding the revised bylaws and Joint Powers Board agreements for our county board's approval in the near future. On the 16th, as Commissioner Nagel reported, we met with some individuals concerned with the Visitation Exchange Center at the Solid Waste Building. I think that project will be moving along in the future. And also on the 16th, in the evening, I had the Pioneer Land Library System Joint Powers Board meeting, and we had also had representatives from the City of Glencoe and the City of Hutchinson at the meeting. We haven't had them for a while, and it's nice to have a local representation joining us on the Pioneer Land Board. So that is it, Mr. Chair.
Doug?
Okay, since our last meeting, I attended the workshop. After our last board meeting, I had North Fork Watershed, one watershed, one plan. I also was able to do an interview for our STS, our candidates for STS. On the 9th, I had the Minnesota Viewers Association held a seminar in Redwood Falls. I was able to attend that. I had department head meeting on the 14th. I also attended the 5-year county highway plan workshop. On the 14th, I had budget committee meeting also. On the 15th, we had a MRF committee meeting. And on the 16th, I also attend a Trailblazer and congratulate Commissioner Nagel for moving faster than I could. So on the 17th, we had the JD4 open hearing, and the snow was already coming down before that ended. So brings us up today. Thank you.
All right, Sheila, anything to add?
I don't, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Before we move on to the rest, just to clarify, I think we got the date wrong. It'd be March 3rd would be that eval, not the 4th. So.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, I did the same thing. So.
Sorry.
All right, go ahead, Sheila.
Thank you. Item A, announcement to welcome Hannah Cholflot. I hope I said her name correctly. She is our new McLeod County Employee Relations Director, and she will start with the county on March 2nd, 2020. Item B, a follow-up from our last meeting. We want to welcome Dwayne Ratke back to McLeod County. He has accepted the temporary assignment as our sentenced to serve crew leader trainer. Item C, notification of public hearing to be held on February 4th, 2020 at 9:15 a.m. regarding 2020 committees. And item D, notification of McLeod County Workshop to be held on February 4th, 2020 following the county board meeting at the Glencoe City Center. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, open forum. Anybody wish to address the board? Yes, sir.
May I approach?
Please.
And I have a handout.
Sure.
I don't have a copy for everyone, but at least I have a copy for our commissioners.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you.
I'm Nathan Schmaltz, supervisor for Winston Township. And a few months ago, I started thinking about, the needs that our township has. And I started thinking of a resolution to put together to present to the county on restoring recycling opportunities to our township. And after taking it to my township board for review, they were very supportive of it. But we also said this is something that should be shared with the other two townships in our district, Hale Township and Virgin Township as well. So nothing real technical about it. If you want me to read the resolution, I will. But what we've got here is a simple resolution regarding restoration of recycling opportunities for our 3 townships. All 3 town boards were fully supportive of it, and all 3 town boards have signed it. So if you have questions for me, I'll field them.
Thank you. I guess I'd like the MRF committee to weigh in on this a little bit.
Sure. I think and the rural recycling piece and the drop-off sites, the dumpster sites has definitely been a topic within the last year or so, and it was talked about at our last MRF meeting that Commissioner Kruger and I had last week, and it will be a topic when the full board meets at the capacity of the SWAC committee the next time. And we definitely recognize that there's been a change in how the rural recycling has been offered in your end of the county, and we are definitely have some proposals on how to change how the service happens in the future. However, how to justify these recycling sites is definitely changing as markets have drastically changed in the last couple of years. We have to look at how our budgets react to what's going both in and out of our solid waste dollars, and that has definitely had a lot to do with our ability to offer those rural sites. We've talked about a lot of different ways to handle this, and with the amount of non-recycled products that wind up in those dumpsters, we're looking at ways to no longer offer them anywhere, actually, to be quite honest, unless they are a monitored site. And that follows suit with how others are approaching recycling. It is no longer, we're no longer able to do kind of a wish version of recycling. We have to use pure recyclables for what's left of the markets and not allow these dumpster sites to be filled with with garbage, or what people think that are recyclable, because in the end, the county has to pay the landfill expenses for things that don't belong there. And in the past, the rural sites were a budgeted item of somewhere around $170,000, I think, is the number per year to offer those. And the percentage of material that was collected is small as compared to the county-wide number, and the amount of garbage in those dumpsters was not working out very well for us. And so I think I don't really have a timeline, but within that's very accurate, other than to say possibly within the next year, we will have at least some proposals out there for some monitored sites, perhaps working with some municipalities to offer that, because we're just at a point where we can't collect everything. We have to be watching our dollars invested within this program a little more closely. And at this point, I don't know, Commissioner Kruger, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, I think Commissioner Wright covered it without me repeating it, but it's on high priority. I mean, and I appreciate the interest, because there's different interest in all the townships. Some do not care as much as these three about how we handle recycling, but I guess I would call it a high priority for our staff and ourselves to look at different areas so it's accessible to all four corners of our county and the center, I guess, to lack of a better term. So it is on a high priority list.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Thank you, Nathan, for bringing in this resolution, and thanks for the three townships working together. These are all the three townships that I represent in District 1 for McLeod County, and I appreciate the efforts. But as you've heard from the other commissioners, we've had the situation where the drop sites, in the last couple of years, the contamination rates got extremely high. So we are, seriously looking at having a site that we can, put a fence around it and monitor it so that we know that we've got good recyclable products coming in, and not just people dropping off their undesirable stuff. So, but again, I thank you for bringing it forward, and I hope we can work with the townships and find a good resolution for this. Thanks.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
My comment is that I know that we're struggling with, how to make these sites efficient. We know there are issues with refuse being dropped off, but we thought, or I thought, that at least, if this helps the board to start to minimize these sites, we've got a central location there. We've got county-owned property, and final comment I want to make is our children and our grandchildren have taught us how to recycle, and I hope that we just don't lose that ability and that insight. So it may not be a moneymaker, but at the same time, it may be what I would call an essential service to the citizens of our county and our three townships.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Under open forum, anyone else wish to address the board? Press relations, anything? All right, looking for a motion to recess to our next board meeting on February 4th at 9 a.m. at the Glencoe City Center.
Move to recess, Mr. Chair.
Motion by Commissioner Szymanski. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Pohlmeyer. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.